I'm waiting for the bus. So it looks like I could start streaming again finally. And yeah, looks like that is a possible tornado in progress. Oh yeah, right there. That definitely had to touch the ground right there. Let me take a screenshot of that. Nope, that's not what I need. Boom. Right there. That is a definitely, if that happened, that would have prompted a tornado warning. No doubt. That probably would prompt a tornado warning. Yeah, that is definitely, whoa, look at that. Look at that. That is a hook. That is a true hook echo. That is a hook. That is a hook wow, that is a true bona fide hook echo. And there's a center of circulation. Almost like trying to move due east. It's a good thing I came further south. Maybe not, unfortunately, not far south enough. That is definitely, I would say, almost tornado warning criteria. Almost. The rotation doesn't look that strong, but there is rotation there. Still no winds where I am, unfortunately. Nothing. It's dead calm right now. Oh, actually, no. The clouds are starting to move. There's already some motions in the clouds above me. They're moving in from the southeast right now. The fog is starting to lift. That means the wind should be coming in soon. The clouds look to be about 2,500 feet up, maybe 3,000 feet. Even though there's thick fog where I am, I'm looking due east of me, and the fog's starting to clear. But I'm looking to the southwest, not so much. But to the southeast, most no clouds. That's because the warm air is coming right off the ocean. 63 up there, and right now in Plymouth, actually, let me check the current temperature in Plymouth. About 65, 66, 67. Okay, so it's a little warmer than I expected, considering rain and wind, thunderstorms. So the train I need to take leaves at 11 from this stop. This is the 11 a.m. train, so I have to take the 11 a.m. train, which means I'll probably have to order a lift. The fog bank clouds are moving southeast. The winds at the surface are calm right now, but I'm looking up and those clouds are really moving. There's probably some, I would say 10 to 15 mile an hour winds just about 1,000 feet up. And look, microphone on. Okay, I'm streaming again now. As I said, start broadcast. Okay, I'm looking up and those clouds are starting to move fairly quickly. Some of those fog clouds are starting to move. So those fog clouds that are now starting to lift are starting to move fairly quickly. And I feel a little bit of a breeze coming in. The winds are no longer dead calm. There's about a 1 to 2 mile an hour wind here at the surface. The leaves are just starting to move just a tiny bit, just the leaves going into power save mode. So yeah, the winds right now are very calm where I am. I mean, they're still pretty much calm, but the winds I'm talking about, that's the winds that are starting to come in from the south now. So while the winds at the surface are calm, the winds at about 200 feet, radar's estimating that at 700 feet in Taunton, which is just to my southeast, there is about 30 mile an hour winds just a few hundred feet above the surface. So just a couple hundred feet up, there's some stronger winds. And the wind turbines are starting to turn a little faster now, as that I believe the wind is starting to just come in. But also it could be motorized turbines. Not all these turbines are wind power. Like, these are wind turbines, but I believe that some of the turbines are operated by, using some internal energy. So my phone keeps on like shutting off the screen automatically. I have to like constantly tap the screen so it won't do that to me. It's really, really annoying. It's probably going to cause a lot of lagging too. But I've been looking. There's actually at about 1,300 feet. They're showing about 35 mile an hour winds at 1,300 feet. So there's some wind starting to come in. And it's starting to rain just a little bit. I believe as soon as this fog clears, you'll start seeing some stronger winds at the surface here. And I'm looking up towards the treetops, and I am not seeing any movement. So I believe that the winds are not really coming in. I think that the radar is probably looking up at 1,000 feet. And yes, there is some fast motions up there. But not really fast. It's, 25, 30 miles an hour, which is pretty indicative of what the radar's been showing. Yeah, there's dense fog in Framingham. Yeah, there's dense fog all over the coast right now. Oh, yeah, there was some pretty strong storms just to my west. Yeah, darn, that's actually some pretty impressive activity. Freedom Link, that's what I was waiting for. There's my bus. How much is it here?
$1.50.
$1.50?
Yes, sir.
Do you accept tap card? Tap card.
Just cash only.
Oh.
Cash only.
I don't have any. I thought it was free.
It's not the MBTA. It's a separate RTA.
Oh, let me see if I have any.
Where are you going?
Oh, I do have. Going to. How much is it for a reduced fare?
$1.50.
That's the reduced fare, right? This is it. This one.
Oh, I didn't know. 75.
75. Because I only got $1.
That's okay. Put the $1 and I'll give you a change card. Okay. You can't fold it in when you put it in. Where are you going?
To Plymouth. To the pier.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
You get transfers, right?
Transfer to where?
To another bus.
Well, you should have told me that. I can't do it.
Yeah, because I need a transfer. I was gonna.
Where are you going?
That's why I said I'm going.
Where are you going to go from there?
No, I'm going. I have to go to the mall, because this bus going to the mall. It's not going to the beach, to the ocean, right?
You can just stay on this bus. They'll get you right over there. Okay? Just stay right there.
Thank you.
You have to be there at a certain time?
7:45. Because it's saying that this bus is going to...
All right. I'll drop you off tomorrow. You can go to get on the Liberty at 7:30. And you'll be downtown about 7:45.
So where do you head? You head to downtown Plymouth?
I'm going to the mall right now.
And after the mall, where do you head usually? Because I've never been in this...
Go to the mall, get on the Liberty. I'll tell them, you want to go downtown. This will go downtown, but it'll take a little longer.
Like an hour?
Well, not quite. Maybe 45 minutes.
Base to WG1. Please refresh your tab. We added a trip at noon this Thursday from the Y to 26 and IV3.
Heavy rain. Actually, you know what? I'm staying on this bus.
Okay.
Yeah, because actually it goes exactly where I need to go. It goes right to the Mayflower, right?
Not exactly.
But here.
Go down close to it.
But you go to town itself, like the. Yep.
Close to it. You want to?
No,
You want to go right to the Mayflower?
No, the Plymouth Bay. You know, like the.
Plymouth Bay House.
Yeah. So.
Oh, the Bay House. Okay, it's right on Fort Street.
Yeah, the Cabby Shack, East Grill, you know, that area. Yes.
Oh, at the waterfront.
Yeah. There's a stop right there. It's called, I believe. It's a 30-minute ride. Strong winds should be coming in a little bit later. The fog's already starting to clear up.
Say again?
The fog's already starting to clear up as those winds are starting to work their way down from the upper levels. Yeah, as the winds are working its way up from the upper levels, it's already clearing out the fog a little bit.
Oh, but I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to rain eventually.
Oh, it is. It's also going to get pretty windy.
Between 8 and noon time, you're done.
Yeah, so it's because of my. So yeah, it's taking me a little longer to graduate school. Plus, I cannot go full time.
You go at your own pace until you get your degree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of worried that when I do graduate school, no one's going to hire me anywhere.
Well, that's not true.
The thing is, I've been applying for really low position jobs, and I would go overdressed, and no matter how well I present myself during the interview, to try to do away with those stereotypes, they never hire me, no matter how hard I try. I mean, there's over trying. I mean, at least I'd rather not get something because I tried too hard than because I didn't try at all, And all the times they rejected me was because I think I tried too hard. They didn't like it. Huh? Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, they probably saw me as too desperate, and that's why they didn't hire me. I mean, that's okay,
Maybe you're looking in the wrong place.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe I was always looking in the wrong place. I mean, I needed money, I'm broke. Huh?
I know.
And I've been unemployed for years and years and years. I mean, I had a part-time job where I worked 4 or 5 hours a week, but it's not enough.
No.
Who wants to work only 4 hours a week? You give your all, you're working your ass off, and they only give you 4 hours a week because you're autistic. They don't want to put you on the register saying, oh, you're a liability. If you make a mistake, you'll be fired if you come up more than $5 short. They don't even want to give me a chance. I mean,
Sounds like discrimination.
my manager explained why. He was just he wants to keep me on the job. I know the real reason. It's so they can get their freaking fucking charity money from the state. That's the real reason. I mean, I don't want to get fired. I mean, I've been trying everything in my power to not get fired, but because of sheer hopelessness and depression, I started showing up to work late, not really caring. I know. It's just that my family is super overbearing, and it's not just overbearing; it's very toxic.
You gotta let them go.
No, my mom and grandmother are super controlling, but the other family members are just downright abusive, and
you gotta get rid of them. Get rid of them. Don't look out for you.
But it's really difficult because I knew them.
You can't make an excuse. You gotta do something. You can't be trapped into this thing.
Well,
That's
actually,
what's happening. 30 years old.
I know. You're absolutely right.
30.
You know how this all happened? When I was in middle school 15 years ago, I was extremely, how to say this, militant about my rights. I would very militantly stand up for my rights, and I would advocate how what they're doing is not fair. My mom didn't do anything. Like, she would have little meetings every once in a while, but I was doing most of the advocacy. I would, stand there and argue and,
I get to, like, you just get a different advocate.
and I
It's
would
not your relative.
and I would complain to my family about how they were treating me. And the inclusion program director, do you know what she was doing this whole time? She wasn't letting me go to certain classes, like Spanish class, wasn't letting me go to certain, I wasn't allowed to be at recess by myself, if it was indoors. Like, I couldn't be with my friends, because you have to be with your para. Then why am I allowed to be outside recess where there's all these kids running around but can't be in an auditorium with my friends at the same lunch period? And she was like, oh, it's because you have staff there watching you all the time. Same thing in the auditorium. The thing is, they were just making an excuse for me to be miserable. Because when I was in the inclusion office, that's where all the bullying happened.
I don't know your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Andy.
Andy, I'm Simon. Andy.
Nice to meet you, Simon.
And you just eliminate these people and get on your own. That's all.
I know.
30 years old.
You're absolutely right.
Please, do yourself a favor.
Well, I already am. I already filed the motion for me to be my own guardian. Like everything, everything to be under my name.
Just like Britney Spears.
Oh yeah, what is going on with Britney Spears is disgusting. Like, it is absolutely disgusting. That conservatorship is absolutely effed up. It is so disgusting. Like, I'm with Britney Spears all the way. Like, this conservative mentality of the old generation is just disgusting, honestly. Like, a lot of these, right-wingers just want, because, I don't know, my family is really, really conservative. Like, super hardcore conservative. Like, I don't mean get the government off my back conservative. I mean authoritarian conservative. And I hate authoritarianism. I support economic liberalism, economic socialism, but social liberalism. Socially liberal, but fiscally, not conservative, fiscally social. With some, of course, capitalism. I'm not against capitalism, no. I'm just we should be more like the Scandinavian countries, where it's low corporate taxes. However, we need to have a VAT tax, I think. Value-added tax. We should downsize our military, cut some spending, but we should prioritize it in infrastructure, healthcare, and education. That's where we need to focus on. We need to focus on the sciences to prevent climate change, infrastructure, and healthcare. Well, with healthcare, it should be like the way it's done in England, where you have an option for government healthcare or private. It should be option. That you should have options. If you do private healthcare, you shouldn't have to pay healthcare taxes. Yes, exactly. It should be like the way it's done in England. Medicare is the problem with Medicaid is even if you don't have Medicaid, I think you still have to pay a Medicaid or Medicare tax.
If you're working.
Yes.
They do take it out.
But if I have to pay a Medicare tax, I get Medicare, so it's coming back to me because I do actually pay. I pay 20, I think, a good amount of Medicare taxes, but it goes back to me. That's the thing. I'm using it, but if I am not using it, I think. With state taxes, if you're really poor and you use state tax, you should have an exception. Like, say you're using government health care because you're really poor. Then Yeah, like say you're really rich and you still want to use government health care because you want to save money. So yeah, you should pay a tax for that.
Pay more.
Huh?
Yeah, pay more for it because you make it.
Yes,
You're wealthy.
But if you're wealthy enough and you're paying your own insurance, then you shouldn't have to pay taxes on it. I mean, that there should be an exemption for that. But for like health, like education, I think everyone should have free education. I think you should still have an option for like private. But I think free public colleges should be out there for people. Like I need special services, like the community college gives one-on-one tutoring for disabled students. They need to do more to expand on tutoring for disabled students, especially students with learning disabilities, so they can graduate and actually get good jobs and not need the government to always take care of them. Like take care of them, because or they will contribute more to society.
Can you be a counselor over at the Ark?
Huh?
Can you be a counselor at the Ark?
Oh, like my passion takes me towards being a meteorologist, science.
Oh, that's okay.
Climate. I'm really concerned about. The thing is, while I'm really smart and there's been so many obstacles in my path, so many obstacles.
Because I'm telling you why. From you talking to me, it's your mother. I don't know where your father.
My family. My dad is mostly out of the picture. It's not his fault, unfortunately.
You love your mother?
I do. It's huh?
Did he leave your mother?
I'm sorry?
Did your father leave your mother?
No, the other way around. It was kind of not by choice. It was his family. They made the marriage extremely unpleasant. I actually have, borderline. But I didn't always. At first, I would, I had a lot of trauma, but borderline developed a little bit later in my teenage years. I wasn't diagnosed with it until really recently. Actually, just the last 2 months ago, I was diagnosed with borderline. I didn't even know what borderline was until like a year or two ago. Someone told me they had borderline, but when I looked at the symptoms online, it almost mimicked autism.
Okay, so that's part of your autism?
No, it's not. No, autism and borderline are completely different. I mean, they both.
See, you.
Like right now, I'm emotionally stable. That is because I've been, in a good place. But whenever something triggers me, I get extremely emotionally unstable in certain situations. Like especially rejection, abandonment. I also have a lot of impulse control issues. It could also be CPTSD, what I have. But the thing is, I do have some hallmark symptom signs that it's not just CPTSD, that it's also borderline, which is especially the fear of abandonment and rejection, and the impulse control, and also catastrophizing. That is also a symptom of borderline, and also black or all or nothing thinking. I do that a lot.
I don't think you're any different than anybody else.
Like, it is usually common. I mean, I'm going to state a theory that people with autism, especially like the form of autism that I have, will likely develop borderline if they are abused, but they're not always present. Like, I don't think a borderline person will always have symptoms or will always act in a certain way in a certain situation. Like, when I did the DSM, when I reviewed the symptoms with my psychologist, who didn't diagnose me, she told me that I have most of the symptoms, which leads me to think that, yeah, it turns out I do have it. Unlike autism, borderline is not a lifelong condition. It's not. It's treatable through therapy, like PTSD. It can actually go away and get better over time. Like, my symptoms have been better, but if something happens, if something traumatic happens that I've always been afraid of, I can relapse just like that. And I'm trying to not relapse. I'm not trying to have relapses again. Like, I've been having relapses my entire life with borderline. I've been always having the symptoms. Now that I know what I have, I'm trying to get a grasp on it, you know. You know, maybe that's why I'm always so afraid of being rejected. And now I understand why, you know, why I'm always fearing rejection. It's because of the borderline and also because of the trauma of always being rejected. And with relationships, I always get rejected because I try too hard. The girls don't really like when a guy or anyone tries too hard, like, you know, they seem fake. Of course, in my case, I am a very kind person. I'm usually upfront and honest with people about everything, you know. Of course, I'm not going to hurt someone's feeling. I'm not going to say, oh, you look nasty. You know, when I mean honest, I'm honest about myself. I'm honest about what I'm going through. Like, if someone seems unhappy, I'm not about their looks. I'm not going to say, oh, you know, you look bad. I'm going to tell them not just what they want to hear, but what I actually feel about them too. The only time, I don't believe looks should be judged. I don't believe in looks. I believe in the character of a person. I purely believe in judging the person by their character, not by their appearance, not by their political views. I mean, usually political views does say a lot about a person. Like with my family, unfortunately, I actually assumed their political ideology based on how they treat me. So, and I was right. I assumed that they were, you know, Trump supporters, even though they were registered Democrats, by the way. I assumed they were going to vote for Trump based on how they treated me, how they always are very ableist, somewhat racist. I believe they were going to vote for Trump. Okay, because I also have to go, I have to be on the Kingston train at 11 o'clock.
Oh, that's going to cut it short.
Yeah, I have to be on the Kingston at 11. I mean, I could always Lyft or Uber it. Yeah, so right now I'm looking on the radar. There is actually a band of very heavy rain coming into us right now. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, it's about to really start coming down. Look where we are. We're literally...
It's going to come in and out.
We're right on the edge of that really heavy rain. This is you see that blue? That's our location.
Yes.
See, right here, right in Plymouth. So that's really heavy rain that's coming in right now. And yeah, the severe stuff is still up down there off Long Island. There's already been reports of wind damage in Long Island an hour and a half ago. There's been like 60 mile an hour winds in Long Island, or 50. Let me look at the velocities. Yeah, there looks like there's been some pretty gusty winds. There are east winds. The center of circulation right now is just off the Jersey Shore.
Oh, right.
It's coming up. Should pass right over the Cape in about an hour or two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Thank you. Where's Long Beach?
It's down that way. It's near, it's right before the hotel, the Pilgrim Sands, but you need to take the Mayflower. That's the Mayflower bus.
Yeah, this one right here.
That's the one.
And the bus goes right on the beach?
No. There's a road right... You know Plymouth Plantation?
Yes.
When it comes out of Plymouth Plantation, that's where you want to get out, when it gets onto this road. And then you just cross the street.
What stop?
Okay. This will go through Plymouth Plantation, and then it'll come out right around here. About this, yeah. So this is where you want to get off, and then that's that Long Peninsula.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Andy.
So it's Warren Cove. That's the location. Thank you. Oh, can you tell them about I can smell the fish.
Yeah, it's the ocean.
Like it has a very marine smell, but the winds are still dead calm. There's no winds.
That must be dead then. That's it. I'm telling you what.
I should have got an umbrella. I mean, if you look up, you can see the clouds are racing along, but there's no winds here at the surface. It's that inversion layer. There's a temperature inversion. There's warmer air aloft and cooler air here at the surface.
Yeah, it was cool this morning.
Yeah, now it's all warm.
It's
Now you're probably going to get some of those winds coming up. I mean, those winds look about 20, 25.
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, look how fast those clouds are moving. They're not that high up. Those clouds are only like, I would say, 1,200 feet up. And they're moving at about, I would say, 25 miles an hour. Yeah, sorry about giving my life story. Unfortunately, everything yeah, but I have to be on the Kingston train by 11. So, yeah. Yep, I'm aware about the two tours. I actually witnessed one of them. There was yep, I'm aware about the two tours. I actually witnessed one of them. There was yep, I'm aware about the two tours. I actually witnessed one of them. Yep, I'm aware about the two tours. I actually witnessed what happened. Well, let me go right into Facebook, into Amateur Storm Trackers. This is what happened. This is the tornado warning. Oh, sorry. This is the storm that looks like it was paralleling the coast. I was kind of hoping that was true, but not quite. This is what prompted the tornado warning. Kind of looks like a inland hurricane coming ashore.
He's going to get off when you get out of the plantation, right at where Long Beach is. When you get out of the plantation.
You know, hold on just a second. Turning off power saving mode. There we go. That should keep the phone from shutting off. But I shouldn't worry because I bought my charger with me, so it should be good. And the train also has charging ports, the one I'm headed to, so I'm going to be good. I may have to temporarily stop the broadcast because I need to make a few phone calls and stuff. But overall, I'm doing pretty good. And now that I know how I can live stream from my screen, things have never looked better. And even though my life up to this point has been relatively, how to say this, not the best. You know, I'm going to make the best out of it and get that damn diploma and get that broadcast meteorology job that I've been trying to get for so many years, or aspiring to get. I'm sorry, what time is the bus leaving?
Now.
Oh, now. Nice. And what is the place that he's talking about? What is the name of the stop? No, the beach. The beach stop. I'm just gonna. Yeah. No choosing on map. Mayflower link. 10 minutes? Yikes. Yeah, because I'm trying to get to the beach. I'm trying to get to Sandy's, the Plymouth Long Beach. What is the closest you go to the beach? Yeah, you probably don't go on the beach, right?
Good morning.
Sorry. Yeah, because I'm looking on the map. Yeah, so then I'll have to probably take an Uber or Lyft. Actually, it's only 6 minutes. Actually, I might just take an Uber. Let me see when you... let's see. Actually, can you let me off the next stop?
You want to get off here?
Yeah, because I'm just gonna take an Uber because it's 6 minutes by. Thank you so much, sir. Have a great day.
See you later.
You too. Just gotta get out of this rain. I'm actually just gonna order an Uber. I'm not spending all that time plus walking in the rain for 10 minutes. There we go. Nice. It is absolutely pouring right now. Well, actually, it's not pouring. The tarmac is just very black. So, you know what? I'm going to switch to streaming from the screen right now. I'm in that first band. It's not coming through with any wind, though. But the winds at the surface are coming out of the south. We're getting south winds here right now at the surface. I mean, aloft and at the surface. They're actually screaming in pretty good. I would say the winds are at about 20 aloft, just a few hundred feet up. They're moving pretty fast. I would say 20, 25 miles an hour. I'll probably order a Lyft, see if there's anything around. So as you can see, it's raining really hard right now. Yeah, let's see if I could flip the camera over. Yeah, I can. Awesome. I freaking love this thing. Woo. Just waiting for my ride to come in right now. I ordered a Lyft, so it's not that expensive actually. It's only $5 out here. So it's really affordable here. This is not the heaviest rain. The rain is very stratiform in nature from what I saw on radar, but it's kind of heavy because this is a tropical storm. I mean, it's named after Elsa from Frozen, so I mean, it's not named because of her, but you know, Elsa is a very common name. So they were like, hey, we had in 2015 they got rid of, I believe, what name was it? I mean, we're already in the E-name storm, and it's only in the middle of July. We're already off to a very active start to hurricane season. And the ocean looks very warm, so the entire Atlantic basin is basically well above normal. And we're entering another La Nina, so another active hurricane season is likely, and it's going to continue to be active. I don't think we're going to set any records like last year, but we're going to come close. But the thing is, we already set a record for the most named storms this early in July, first time ever, because we even did it earlier than last year. However, there's no storms coming in. Unless we could get a parade of storms, I mean, we could come close. We could see a record. It's not out of the question that this year could be as active or more active than last year. It's not out of the question. But the Pacific is not as cool, and there's still some thoughts going on that maybe will be a little less active than last year. I think we're going to see about 20 to 25 named storms this year. I believe 20 to 25 named storms, 8 to 12 hurricanes, and 6 to 9 major hurricanes. That's my thought this year. I think most of the storms will be tropical storms, not hurricanes. Let me see how far my Uber is. Just going to stop for 1 second. Hold on. Make sure I'm streaming. Hold on, I'm gonna go. So I'm back now. Just still waiting for my Lyft. My Lyft should be here in about 10 minutes. So, pretty good internet connection here. I'm gonna probably in about 5 minutes. The other wasn't. Yeah, so the tornado warning was issued. Prompted the tornado warning. So rotation was very broad rotation. Very, very broad rotation there. So broad rotation. So the lift should be active in a few minutes. There's lifts in the area, so saving a lot of time by doing this. And I'm only paying $5. I'm probably not going to be late for that Kingston train. Good. So looks like I'll still have plenty of time. We're having thunderstorms coming off the coast right now, so there we have thunderstorms popping up. Storm's getting closer. Now the storms are starting to pop. In order to get severe weather, you need to have strong winds because the strong winds will basically ensure a rotation. So there's no tornado threat. I mean, there's no threats of water spouts. That special marine warning was issued, let's see what time it was issued. 7:05. Yeah, you had 40 knots winds. What? I said for New York. Oh, it looks like it expired already. Oh, flash flood warning now. Wait, for where? Dutchess. Oh yeah, Dutchess in Litchfield County. Right. Okay. Still moderate rain. It's raining moderately right now. But we're about to get some convective activity. There's showers and thunder showers popping up just down the road, just a little southeast of me, about 5 miles. Just north of North Falmouth, there's some storms that are headed to, should pass just a little to my west. Let's see if there's any rotation with them. No rotation. But there are some really heavy downpours with that. I'm only going to quickly head back there, and I'm going to head back to Plymouth. I'm probably going to be by the beach. I might even catch the earlier train. I might just catch the 10 o'clock. It looks like the winds are not going to be that strong because the center might pass to our southeast. Hold on, let me stop broadcasting for a second. Right now where I am, pretty threatening. Right at me right now. I'm in downtown Plymouth, and oh my God, wow, holy crap, that is a torrential downpour that's coming at me right now. Whoa, look at that. Yikes. Okay, that popped up really quick. Wow. I don't think that's going to have any wind with it, but wow, it's going to rain. Holy mackerel, is it going to rain. Woo! That is going to be a real downpour. Connection problems, really? You know what? I will get a tornado warning on my radio. Okay. It is about to absolutely pour. I actually see the wall of rain coming in. Woo. Like, see that how you can see the sky here? Here it looks a little obscured. You know, on the weather chart there'll be a 0 and an X, just a X, just a circle and an X inside the circle. That is, well, you can see a little bit. I mean, if you couldn't see it at all, because sometimes it could be raining that hard. Yeah, if you ever get an obscured symbol, you know, they're usually would be an explanation why, because they also would show weather conditions, whether it's raining or snowing, or if it's foggy with with that those line symbols. My Uber should be come. Oh, there's my Uber. There's my Lyft. Okay, I'm gonna close my phone now. Oh, there's my Uber. There's my Lyft. Okay, I'm gonna close my phone now. Okay, so let me check the radar. So I'm gonna have to screen capture. There's my Lyft. So save. Let me just wanna boom. Hi.
How are you?
Good morning. Hi, Flavio. How are you? Good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Good morning.
In
I'm going
2.4 miles.
Rain day.
Left
Yeah.
on right away.
Good. Good.
Yeah. I'm going to the beach to see the storm. I'm gonna be there probably like 30 minutes.
In 10 minutes.
30. Yeah. I just want to be there for like 20 minutes and I'm leaving.
Oh.
I want to record the heavy rain and a little bit of the wind,
Oh.
basically. 60%. Shoot.
Yeah. You go 9:34.
It's about to start pouring. There's 2 rounds of downpours coming in right now. The first band is just came through, and it's coming through right now. And there's really crazy stuff coming in through White Island. Look at this. Just south. It's by the Cape. It's right by Falmouth.
Oh.
It just passed Sandwich, and now it's headed up towards Plymouth.
It's what time?
And 20 minutes. No, I would say 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. It's going to start really crazy. So, like, just as soon as you drop me off, it's going to go.
Oh.
It's going to be crazy. I'm going to be soaking wet. If there's no place out there for me to take shelter, I'm going to be dripping wet.
Around here.
No lightning, even though it's really crazy, because this is a tropical storm. The air is very warm, so no ice. Aloft. There's going to be no ice, so no lightning. Just heavy rain.
The place is that place around the Falmouth, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Cape Cod. No?
Yeah, Sorry, I'm just talking to my followers. So, no, it's, sorry, because I'm doing 2 things at once. I'm live streaming to YouTube, and I'm also doing, because I do meteorology. See, it stopped raining. It stopped, like, it completely stopped, right?
Yeah.
And then 2 minutes later, it's going to be very heavy. Yep.
The time is crazy.
Yeah. Even though the rain's going to be really hard, the cloud tops are very low.
Yeah.
I'm saying the cloud tops. The tops of the clouds are not that high. Normally they go 40,000 feet. Today the cloud tops are only like 20,000 feet.
Yeah.
With this thing. Not very high, actually. Plus it's very warm up there because it's a tropical storm. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Oh, nice. What do you think of Bolsonaro? I hate him. Yes, I'm all for PT.
Yeah.
PT is good, right?
Yeah, PT is good because it's
Workers, helping the poor people.
yes.
Yeah, I like him too.
All day living. All day. No?
All day, like until 2 p.m. After 2 p.m., it will stop. But it's gonna get windy. It's gonna get windy. Well, maybe the Cape is gonna get windy.
You're going now where? You go
The beach.
To your house?
No, I don't.
Beach now. What do you make? Surf?
Record the waves there. Record the waves and the weather.
Oh,
Yeah. See, dangerous surf conditions.
yeah.
So yeah, because I don't think the surf is gonna be too high. There's no wind. The winds are dead calm right now. So.
Is the police say no? What?
The rain is coming in. The rain.
Oh, yeah.
No, the window is open. The window. Okay. Thank you. Hopefully there won't be any flooding, because this thing is good news. It's moving very fast.
Your job is the
Job?
record?
Yes. Volunteer. It's more volunteer.
Okay.
I do it as a hobby, but also I went because of stigma, not my condition, because of ableism. There's a lot of discrimination, or be able to get a job. I want to show people that I can do this. Right now I'm so poor that I cannot have my own car, so I have to, order car sharing, and oh my God, big puddle, big ponding. Oh my God, I'll stop talking because this is getting dangerous. Okay. Yeah. He's driving too fast because he could spin, hydroplane. In this weather, you should not drive more than 30 miles per hour. Honestly, people should big puddles, and literally, this is tropical downpour. Yes. Boston. And then Framingham. Friend. I'm seeing a friend. I want to be on time. I don't want to be late. No wind at all. Just heavy rain. It's like the wind, dead calm. Yeah, the storm is going to the south. It's going to be off the Cape. So the storm was going north, but then it went to the east. It kind of like look at the map right now. That's how hard it's raining. You can't even see the car ahead of you. It is literally raining that hard right now. This is literally how hard it's raining. Yeah, you got a request after me. showers, so there's not much lightning with this. Actually, none at all, despite what it looks like on radar. It's just raining that hard. This is one of the heaviest rains I've seen in years. Yeah, the only time that I've ever seen it rain this hard was during tropical systems. The last time I've seen it rain this hard was during tropical storm. Trying to remember the name. Tropical storm Noel. Not Noel. That was a. It was back in 2010. Waiting to happen. Anyway, during Tropical Storm Hannah, I rescued a litter of kittens that were on the verge of drowning. They were going to drown had I not rescued them. And they were almost up to their heads in water. And the water did not stop rising. It rained for like another hour or so. And it's a good thing I rescued them because they were going to drown if I did not do anything. Rescue them immediately. Of course, I never really told many people this. I mean, you know, I always do good things. I mean, when I was in the Boston Higashi school, I started advocated for a recycling program that got created. I wanted the school to install solar panels. I wanted the school to install solar panels on the roof, but this was back in 2008, 2009, so it wasn't feasible. But the recycling program that I spearheaded, that I proposed, started in 2008, and I left the school in 2012. That recycling program that I spearheaded is still in full operation.
Exit right to exit 17, Smith Lane, Rocky Mill, hold exit 8.
Most active job sites at the school, and I spearheaded it. You know, it's something I'm kind of proud of, but I wanted to get more done. You know, especially being an avid also environmentalist. You know, I wanted to do something to not only, you know, reduce waste, but I wanted to have an impact on the climate, a positive impact. I wanted to install solar panels, have the school buy more efficient vans. But of course, they weren't doing that at the time because hybrid vans didn't exist. I was, you know, trying to see if there was any at the time, but there were no hybrid vans. Now there is, the Sienna, and guess what? They have mostly Sienna. So now I'm going to get my wish, but 10 years after I wanted it in 2021, you know, hybrid Sienna. So, yeah. So we're ahead of the first squall line. Let me just change it now. Yeah, see, now the rain's... So we caught up to the first downpour. So now it's catching back up because we overtook the first downpour, you know, the second one, and now it's overtaking us again. The windmill stopped turning. Looks like they either shut it off or that's the one that wasn't turning at all. Yeah, it's a stream here. This one downpour is really making a mess of things here. I mean, seriously, we need to do more about climate change. We need to start implementing mass implementations of climate, you know, saving stuff. We need to do more to stop the impact of climate change and stop our impact on the climate. We need to do both adapt to the climate, but more so than adapting should be the second priority. The first priority should be to an immediate carbon boycott. We need to start using nuclear energy, molten salt reactors specifically because of their meltdown-proof properties. They're meltdown-proof, they're weapons proliferation-proof properties. I'm talking about the molten salt reactor, this liquid fluoride thorium reactor. We need to start building these reactors en masse, like how we're doing with COVID vaccines. We need to have an immediate plan to build these reactors, both public and private. Our heads need to come together for this. And we need to invest more in renewable energy, actually a lot in renewables. I would say our energy distribution should be 60% renewable, 40% nuclear. And how we're going to do that is, or 80%, you know, it needs to be majority nuclear. No, it should be zero fossil fuels by 2050. we need to be completely off of fossil fuels. The entire planet needs to be off of fossil fuels. And we can do this with molten salt reactors. There's a way we can do this that will not only not harm the planet. Thank you. 5,000 tons of thorium, or in 2009 or 2011, or roughly 5,500 or 5,200 tons of this year's energy, tons of thorium. Just 5,000 tons of thorium would supply roughly all of the world's energy for a year. 5,000 tons of thorium. And we have gigatons of that stuff, gigatons. We have more thorium than we know what to do with. And you know what we do with thorium? We consider it as a waste product. Thorium is one of the best elements out there for safe nuclear energy production. Well, atomic energy. It's not fusion, it's fission. But unlike most fission reactors, it does not produce waste that can never be used. It actually consumes nuclear waste. That's what most people don't know. LFTR reactors consume nuclear waste. Yeah, traveling wave reactor, oh please. That reactor won't do anything. All it does, it completely burns up any, even good fuel, even good stuff like that could be used for, medicinal purposes, like bismuth 213, plutonium 238, which can be used in batteries. It doesn't produce the bomb 239 stuff. It produces the good 238. You want 238. You do not want 239. That is the stuff that is used in nukes and atomic bombs. You do not want the plutonium 239, because this reactor, the entire decay chain of 233 does not produce 239. The decay chain of 235 and 238 does. You do not want uranium 235, because that is the stuff that is used in today's reactors mostly, and it does produce weapons-grade plutonium. And it produces the stuff you use in nuclear bombs. You do not want the rare, super rare uranium 235 to be burnt. You do not want that stuff, because that is extremely expensive. That is why nuclear energy is so inefficient and is so dangerous. The nuclear waste that is produced is not being used. It's only being stored. Yet molten salt reactors, liquid fluoride thorium reactors can consume that waste. And the waste that is left over is very negligible. And a lot of that byproducts are actually very useful. 238, bismuth 213, very, very important. It's that little bit of waste that's left over. You can see a little bit. Almost all of it is useful. We need it. But we're not using it because today's nuclear technology is too capitalistic. It is too private. And there's also too much needless regulations. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission needs to regulate today's nuclear industry, because yes, it is dangerous. There's a lot of dangerous stuff in there. But the 233, the thorium, very good. Wow, it's really warm. It is humid. It's really humid. Like, I'm outside. It's very muggy. It is really muggy outside. I mean, this is a true tropical storm. This is what a true tropical system should feel like. Muggy. The winds are starting to pick up. Oh, just a little bit. You could barely see any leaves moving, though. But there's a little bit of a breeze coming in. Winds are, I would say, about surface winds at about 5 to 10 right now. 5 to 10 miles an hour, but just a few hundred feet above the surface. Clouds are moving pretty quickly. I'll say 20, 30. So I'm going to switch to the screen. I'm actually heading back early. What? Conditions? Please use caution when near railroad crossing or train stop. Hold on. Did they say they're canceling? Hold on. 10 to 15 mile an hour winds. The winds are just starting to pick up now. They're no longer calm. See some of that. They're still not that bad, but the winds are starting to translate down towards the surface now. Let me find a good calm spot. Alrighty. See, those clouds are racing along there. Thank you for all the subscriptions. Thank you, DV. Thank you, Weather Community app. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, James. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you all for subscribing. I didn't even know this app would actually tell you who's subscribing. Wow, this is awesome. Anyway, there is I'm gonna focus on that. I don't want to focus on the weather, but I want to, also thank you all for subscribing. Of course, there you're having those east-southeast winds, starting to get some moderate, big tropical drops. The center of low pressure right now is just off of Long Island. It is moving northeast. Should pass just southeast of here in about a couple hours. So when the train leaves, I might stay here 2 more hours. I'm gonna see if they want. Gee. The only problem is I don't know if my battery is gonna last that long. I cannot find a charger anywhere in the station, so that's the main problem is battery. I did have a full charge, but because I'm doing a continuous live stream, I may not have a. You know what? I'm gonna start another stream. I'm gonna end this one right now. I'm gonna end the stream and I'm gonna start a new one because I have several ongoing live streams. I'm gonna have to end one of them or all of them. Now that I know how to record this, record for my phone. This is great. There has to be a freaking plug. Come on! Yeah. No. Stop. See, that's the problem. Stop.